Welcome back to MMA Al Dente. I am the guy who picked Elvis Sinasek to defeat Alessio Sakara. And I'm here to talk about Manon Fiorot versus Rose Namajunas. This is the co-main event and a damn good matchup. Manon is 10-1 as a pro, 33 years old, and she's got 2 inches of height and 1 inch of reach over 31-year-old Namajunas, who is 11-5 as a pro. And Rose is moving up in weight, which I should mention here at the top. She is now a flyweight. And this is as she has 2 wins over the current strawweight champion. So, real good game plan. Nah, but look, she had 2 losses to Carla Esparza when she was the champion just a few months ago. Whatever. Manon, she's 10-1, 6 TKO victories, 4 decisions, and her 1 loss comes by decision. The loss is to this girl, Leah McCourt, who's a very good fighter, actually a current featherweight over in Bellator. And she lost the fight by split decision, and it's a very close fight. Could go either way. If you'd argue she lost, I guess the primary reason is she was on bottom more. But I don't even know. That battle itself is actually pretty close because she got on top a lot as well. And on the feet, she was Manon Fiorot. So I think, it was a pretty close fight. But in the UFC, since she's made it to the UFC, she's more than proven herself. I mean, she's beaten so many good fighters. She got in, I think, she beat Victoria Leonardo first, maybe, or maybe it was Tabitha Ricci. But either way, the Tabitha Ricci win has gotten so much better with age. And Tabitha Ricci, of course, was taking that fight on short notice, I believe, and moving up in weight. So Manon should have won, but she still put Tabitha Ricci away, and Ricci is one of the better fighters that's at strawweight. So, whatever. Good win, though. And she beat Victoria Leonardo as well in round 2 with a head kick and smashed her. And since then, she's won decisions over some very good fighters. Mayra Bueno Silva, Jennifer Maia, and Caitlin Chukagian. These were all close. No, they were pretty dominant, somewhere between competitive and dominant, but not really close, any one of them. Manon Fiorot is a very good fighter, and she is physically dominant, can be physically dominant on the ground as she's shown, and on the feet, she's incredible on the feet. Really good striker. Deceptive, maybe not deceptively, but definitely powerful. I don't know if any woman's going to be getting a lot of knockouts, but Manon Fiorot is going to beat up a lot of women, no doubt. When she's winning, she's beating you up. And she's got incredible movement as well, Manon Fiorot. Just incredible movement. She's a difficult girl to catch. Just a really solid athlete. A lot of solid functional muscle. And makes her incredibly agile and able to be incredibly mobile. And Rose Namajunas, there's a lot of questions with Rose. Rose moving up in weight, who knows how she's going to look. But as of late, how she's looked has been not good. She last fought against Carla Esparza, and it's one of the worst fights in UFC history. Maybe the worst title fight in UFC history. Just utter dog shit. 5-round split decision in which neither girl did a fucking thing. Well, Carla Esparza did like a thing and a half, and she won the world title because of it. That's how little Rose did. But whatever. You can blame the coaches, the fighter, whatever. She lost her title. And since then, she lost a grappling match to Jillian Robertson, which, no shame in that, but she got strangled in like a minute, or 30 seconds even. Just ripped to the mat, had her back taken instantly, and was choked out. And that was Rose, I think, halfway to moving up to flyweight. She might have even been a bantamweight at the time. She looked pretty out of shape, in my opinion. But hopefully here, I don't know what she's going to look like physically, but I'm expecting her to have some functional muscle prepared here, because she's had months to prepare for this. And credit to Rose, by the way, for taking on Manon Fiorot. She could have dipped her toes into the water, and instead she jumped right in. Manon Fiorot, yeah, she's only got 11 fights or whatever, but she is kicking ass and taking names. Some very good girls. One of the more dangerous girls, Mayra Bueno Silva, one of the best point fighters, maybe the best, Caitlin Chukagian, and Manon Fiorot's beaten them all. And again, even her underrated wins, like Tabitha Ricci, those are some really solid victories. Rose Namajunas, she's got some incredible victories as well, of course. Wei Li Zhang twice, Joanna Jędrzejczyk twice. Won the world title from each of those girls with a knockout, and then defended it with I think, a split decision against both. Maybe the Joanna was unanimous, but both very close fights. And Rose Namajunas showed she had heart in those championship rounds. 4 and 5 against Wei Li, and round 5 against Joanna in very close championship fights with these beasts, and Rose out-hustled them. Showed she could beat them by knockout in 20 seconds or with a decision. And the knockouts were even more impressive, of course. That beautiful, sneaky kick on Wei Li Zhang, the lead leg right to the chin, put her away. And Joanna, she just hit her with that left hook, that leaping left hook, and was way too quick for her. Her losses, she's got 5 of them. 1 via TKO, 1 via submission, 3 via decision. The TKO comes to an Andrade slam, which, I don't know if you can call that a failure of the chin or the neck or whatever, but she was slammed unconscious. But that's Jessica Andrade. I don't think that speaks to, any sort of fragility of Rose that you have to look to in the future. You suppose if somebody else, if Manon power slams her or pile drives her or whatever, she might knock her out. Carla Esparza's her 1 submission loss. That was her first fight in the UFC and for the world title and whatever. But still, that was the Carla Esparza show. She was a much better fighter, much better wrestler, and that was a much better victory than the second one. And then the 3 decisions to Tecia Torres, Karolina Kowalkiewicz, and Carla Esparza. And she avenged the Tecia Torres fight, even though that was pretty fucking close, to be honest. Both fights were close. But you could argue Tecia won both of them. And Kowalkiewicz outworked her down the stretch. But that was when Rose was younger. Rose is an incredible fighter. And I think she's, there's a chance she's just an incredible flyweight instantly. But I'm picking Manon Fiorot. If she hadn't proven herself in those decision victories as of late, and this is a 3-round fight, even though I'd love to see it be 5, but if she hadn't proven herself in these 3-round battles with Jennifer Maia, Caitlin Chukagian, and Mayra Bueno Silva, I'd probably be picking Rose. Or certainly be betting on her. But instead, I'm picking Manon Fiorot, and I'm betting on her. I think Manon Fiorot wins this fight. I think she's too physical for Rose to make much work for her. Rose does have great takedowns, really incredible timing more than anything, and that could work. But Manon Fiorot's got that footwork, which will create that first level of problems. She's got that athleticism and that size, which creates a whole nother few levels of problems. And she's shown she's as big of a workhorse as anybody else. Can fight at a very high level and fight hard for 15 minutes. I'm taking Manon Fiorot. I'm taking her to neutralize Rose Namajunas, largely get the better of her on the feet. And if the volume is close and Rose is able to time her still in whatever, I think Manon Fiorot will win with power. I think she'll be the sharper fighter, just the more powerful fighter, and she's just going to rack up more points on Rose. I hope Rose has a good debut, though. I hope she doesn't look flustered and befuddled fighting Manon Fiorot, as some fighters can. And I hope she makes it a competitive fight. But I think Manon, even if she has to work for it, she will. She's going to get the victory. That's the prediction. Manon Fiorot, bet on her -180, and I'll be looking to see her decision prop, which I think is the most likely outcome. Again, Rose, she's been knocked out once, and it was the Andrade slam. So, there's that. Like, share, subscribe, all that horse shit. Check out my other videos.